Just went to Books and Mortar, and it was amazing because the owner, Jenny, like, knew me apparently. We are Instagram friends, but I just feel like I thought she didn't really pay attention. Anyway, regardless, let me just tell you, Books and Mortar is the best place to go for books in Grand Rapids or West Michigan, really, for that matter. And it's not just the great selection of new books that she has there. Like, it's definitely the place to go if you want new books, but it's just like she is making this community something. Like, she has a strong influence and impact on this community, and she's doing so many beautiful things beyond just owning a bookstore or running a bookstore. Like, she is changing the community of Grand Rapids, and it is just amazing. And she is the main reason why I was like, you know what, Amazon, it's been nice, we're done. The other thing that is always good about an independent bookstore is I feel like I know a lot of books. I feel like I'm pretty well informed, but there are always books that I've never heard of. Now, this particular one looks familiar, but I don't really know that I've heard many people talk about it. And it's Erosion, Essays of Undoing by Terry Tempest Williams. I love a good book of essays, and this one just sounds so amazing. Terry Tempest Williams' fierce, spirited, and magnificent essays are a howl in the desert. She sizes up the continuing assaults on America's public lands and the erosion of our commitment to the open space of democracy. She asks, how do we find the strength to not look away from all that is breaking our hearts? This one's gonna be good. Okay, then I got the new book for Dee Dee's book club. Well, it's not new, but it's the January one for Dee Dee's book club. It is Heads of the Colored People, and you should definitely join her book club on Patreon if you are interested. I will try and find a link and put it below. And then finally, this is the one I've never heard of, and maybe I just follow the wrong people on BookTube, but it sounds so good. So it is called Red Mars by Kim Stanley Robinson. So in 2022, I'm trying to read more fiction, or not really fiction, fantasy and science fiction, because those are two genres I don't really feel I read a lot of. And this one was basically like talking about terraforming Mars or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, hang on, I've played that game. So for centuries, the barren, desolate landscape of the Red Planet has beckoned to humankind. Now a group of 100 colonists begins a mission whose ultimate goal is to transform Mars into a more Earth-like planet. It says more than that on the blurb. I'm not reading more. I want to go into this fairly blind. Anyway, those are my 3 picks that I found today. I wanted to buy the whole store. I will restrain myself. Anyway, that's pretty much all that I want to say for now, but I'm going to head home and read for a little bit, and then I have to head back to work later tonight to lock up Weaver House. Okay, so I don't know how much longer I have before I have to head back to work, because basically people are having a party today at the Weaver House, which is about 40 minutes away from my house. So I definitely have to leave like well before they're done, but they're scheduled to be there about 4 hours longer, and I don't really know that their party's gonna last that long, so I'm kind of anticipating that they'll end early, but between now and 4 hours, there's really no telling when they'll be done. It's about 5 o'clock right now. Anyway, I have a few more hauls for you apparently. I want to show you what I got at the library today, what came in the mail today, and then I want to talk about my New Year's resolutions, because I had a bit of a think when I was on the way home from Grand Rapids, and I have decided on them. Okay, so these are the ones from the library. There's no way I can read all these with also my coffee table collection of books that I want to read, Plus, honestly, guys, there's gonna be like a mega book haul basically every day now from now until like Christmas, or maybe a few days after Christmas, just because I have gone a bit overboard, like stockpiling books in my attempt to maybe not buy as many next year. And anyway, it has gone a bit bad, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. So here's what I got from the library. Tell me which ones are must reads. The Traveling Cat Chronicles. This one is definitely a must read, so you don't have to tell me that this one is. Diverse Spines, Bibliophile. This one, Dee Dee has something in, like a blurb, or she reviewed a book or something. So that one, you don't have to tell me to read that. I'm gonna read that. The Great Passage. The Strange Library. There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job. This one I heard was maybe like, just okay, so maybe I won't read that one, I'm not sure. 50 Words for Rain. The Memory Police. I feel like this one could be good. Leave the World Behind. I've also heard mixed things about this one. And finally, How the Word is Passed. I believe this was on Obama's list. So basically, I requested a whole bunch of books from Obama's list. I almost murdered my cat with a book. On accident. I ordered a bunch of books from his list, and then also a bunch of Japanese fiction, because I was just thinking that, hang on, I have enjoyed that. I also ordered the new coffee shop book, like Before the Coffee Gets Cold, but like there's a sequel. Anyway, okay, so those were my library books. And then I got a package in the mail today, which I'm pretty sure is from Paperback Book Swap. So I think I know what it is, but we'll see if I am correct. Yep, it is Burial Rites by Hannah Kent, which I owned before and I never got to, so hopefully this time I'll get to it. So those are the books that I hauled today. Need to adjust my bullet journal. Okay, now let's talk about 2022. So there's a few different things. One is that I will still be doing the 12-week year, which if you don't know about that, you should definitely read the book, The 12-Week Year. It's basically where you focus on tiny habits that you're going to do every day that eventually will lead to huge success. I will continue doing that. I do it off and on throughout the year. But when I think about what do I want to improve, there's obviously bookish goals, and then obviously there's health. So when I think about health, there's a lot of things I need to improve. But my main thing is I kind of just want to focus on general wellness so that I know that I'm doing the best I can for the situation that I'm in, and, you know, doing what I can, and I can't control the rest, but as long as I'm trying. And so with that being said, I don't know where it is. Is it right here maybe? I just want to get outside more. I just want to be chill about improving myself, and so I'm going to try and get outside more. So I'm going to be doing 1,000 hours outside. I figured this out on the way here. I want to do it in 1 year. So that actually is going to take kind of a bit of work and focus. So 1,000 hours outside in a year works out to be about 19 hours a month, I believe. Yes, that makes sense. And 19 hours a month is approximately like 2 or 3 hours a week. So that doesn't really seem like a lot, but it will involve planning. Basically, that's like 1 or 2 hikes a week, or a little bit every day. So when I say being outside, that could mean hiking. It could just mean literally sitting outside and reading. So I feel like I'll get loads and loads of minutes or hours or whatever in the summer, but I need to be more conscious of it during the winter. So I think I might even put this in my book journal, even though it's not bookish. Anyway, that is a journal I know I'll check a lot, so maybe I'll include it anyway. And then as far as reading, so there is the year of reading one's own, read your shelf. There's all sorts of things, right? And I was trying to think about kind of where I want to go, what I want to do in 2022. I've tried to read my own shelf before. It doesn't work. I buy books. Like, being on a ban doesn't help me. I do want to read the books I own, and those books, and the ones I just bought, and all the ones that are other places in my apartment. So that is for sure something that I want to do. But going on a ban, like I said, just doesn't work. So here's what I'm thinking. I've already mostly quit Amazon. We have separated. We're not divorced, but we're separated. I was just thinking today how good it feels for me to go to a bookstore, and specifically like a bookstore that I know is changing the community and making the world a better place. And Amazon does the exact opposite of that. So basically what I think I'm gonna do is I will not be allowed to buy books unless they're from independent bookstores. So that will kind of cause me to buy fewer because I live farther away from independent bookstores. In addition, they're very expensive at independent bookstores, but that's who I would like to support. I would like to support Jenny. I would like to support my friend Mike in Grand Haven. I want to support real people. And so I think that if I choose to not buy books unless they're at an independent bookstore, that would make me more selective of what I choose to read, and it would also help me read what I already own. So that's the plan. Those are my two goals: 1,000 hours outside and shopping at independent bookstores. So that's that. I'm curious what you guys have for your New Year's resolutions. Are you people that do them, or do you not? Just curious. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up now so I can edit it before I have to go back to work, but I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm working all day at the nature center tomorrow.